Uh-oh. You good? Yep. Call the work session to order. Let's go first.
Um. Not me.
Too late.
Oh, okay, Mike, update on the roads? I don't know.
I went through US Ave yesterday.
I did too. I went through it today
Yeah.
and
Oh, so we're, we finished up last, week, Autumn Drive, Gary Drive, Spring Circle. Wet well, some some of your constituents might have complained.
Nope, nope, nothing.
Nothing, well, you know, you unfortunately, you try to notify them, you go door to door, you're gonna get it. But it came out well, everything went great, you know, number wise looks good, you shouldn't have any issues there. We're up to US Ave, got 2/3 of the mill, which hopefully we'll finish up tonight. And then we'll, schedule to start Monday morning paving, we'll start at the, G&G end and work our way south. Probably 3.5 days and that'll be it for the year, so.
Wow.
Nice. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it went well. All in all, like I said, we've been very fortunate with the weather. We've managed to hit every target that we've set so far. Product is good this year. Production's been really good. You know, the guys I know, our plow drivers are looking forward to it, you know, and not only does it ride better, but it plows better for us, makes it a lot easier with it, easier on the tools and stuff.
makes it easier for people to speed too.
Yeah, that's the problem. The conversation will be had, there'll be some streets coming up here in this next calendar year that I want to resurface, but the problem is when I resurface them, they are hot spots for speed. I remember that word in particular, I'm looking at one. And that's only gonna exacerbate the problem you had before, so.
Did you want to talk about the bonus maybe that I?
So, yeah,
You and I didn't. get a
Well,
chance
yeah,
to speak about it.
something good that's come out of, you know, obviously we mill these roads and we mill them for a couple of reasons. The main reason is because we have curves and manholes, we can't just put asphalt on top of asphalt because we end up losing our curb line, we have to take up asphalt. Well, there's a value to what they call the wrap or the milled material. In the past, we always just take the value against the value of the asphalt. We decided to start saving that credit towards buying more asphalt. It's not chips reimbursable for it. We'd like to use that for parking lots and paths and stuff that we can't use chips for. So, you know, we probably are gonna have, I'm gonna say about $30,000 to $40,000 worth of credit that we can apply to the parking lot savings next year for materials, so that should be very, very. So I'm trying to come up with creative ways to pay parking lots without having to pay too much for it. And we have lots of parking lots to do for it, so. Some other things I'll give you, I might as well go through the talking points, Cornelia Street, that's where they ended right now, but we're still in the design phase. City Hall stairs, I think they made the last report today, I trust the rotation as far as the riders go. The new treads did show up yesterday, colors look pretty good, that's coming from a colorblind person, but we'll see. But they'll start probably setting those next week. So we're on the back end of that. South Acres Barn, we do have a preliminary, or we have a design, we just have to make a decision on when we want to put it out to bid. We have a couple of projects that are in design phase, we have a sanitary sewer project. Or it's actually a storm management project on Ohio that we're working on and water distribution on US Old. And again, we're
On Ohio?
yeah, it's Ohio. It's the one that runs down below the Lake Forest.
Between Lake Forest and the Mighty.
Yeah.
You drive down there.
Oh, okay, yes.
Homes and
Yeah,
Homes and
yeah,
barrels.
okay, all right.
And that one there, again, is fortunately for us, we got time not on our side, but it's not a high volume street. But it's in the storm drainage is in really bad shape there, so. Hopefully get that together, we'll get it out there to bid. Something that's coming up, I want to point out, and this is something we've been talking to the mayor with. You'll notice Miller Street that there's work going on at Miller and Delord. Before this is well over 10 years ago, there was a court order to actually closed Lord Street at the Miller Street end. This is something that Andrew and I were made aware of 3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah, so the full order was from 2004. Long time ago.
Yeah, and we were hit up by DOT and they notified, oh yeah, we have to do this, so. In conjunction with working with Canadian Pacific, you have to close that by court order. What does that mean for us? That means obviously. Reconfiguring the intersection. As far as putting up guardrails and barriers at the end of the Lord, also on the Miller Street side. Pouring new sidewalk, which will run parallel with Miller Street. They connect both ends. Canadian Pacific will go ahead and take care of the signal work. The good news for us is any of the sidewalk and guardrail work we have to do is CHIPS reimbursable. We have plenty of CHIPS money that work with us on that. The other good piece of news is while we're in there, Canadian Pacific is gonna allow us to put. A water line underneath the track, so the water line is currently that runs down Miller Street is from 1885. That's the bad news. The worst news is it goes under railroad tracks, which is virtually impossible to get access to. In an affordable way, but seeing that Canadian Pacific has to drill under the tracks for their own purposes. We're gonna be able to throw a couple. Lines under for ourselves for future use, so if we have an emergency. We'll be able to abandon the old one in place and tie it into what we have, or when it's time to replace the water line. Tie onto it, so.
Flip side, awesome.
Yeah, so if you don't really realize how big of a. Savings it will be until we actually have to pay for it, if we had to pay for. To jack the pipe underneath the tracks, which is about a 600-foot run. And then set drill pipe under, you probably be triple to quadruple the cost of it. Yeah, right now, we're looking at probably about $50,000 worth of work, which we have. And unfortunately for us, I think under contractor services, we still have some money available to cover that cost, so it shouldn't be. So there will be a signed package that goes up as I'll create a spending resolution. The Chamber of Mars next week. We'll put it in front of you guys, hopefully. The following the meeting, and then we'll talk about some more of that, if you have any questions.
The last time there was water leak there, cost.
It cost, just to investigate the water leak, costs neighborhood of $30,000. That was because we had to get. A professional engineer involved, with rail work. You have to set up a shoring plan, and then you have to pay for Canadian Pacific to sit there and monitor you. So this is the time to go in and out of there to get that done with, so.
So Delord will be closed to traffic.
Yep.
But why is it okay for pedestrian traffic still?
So they're gonna set up a crossing there for pedestrians, so they'll go perpendicular straight across.
Okay.
You'll hit the sidewalk, then we're pouring the old laundromats there, we're pouring this section of sidewalk, I think it's over 100 feet, that runs parallel with the tracks.
Got it.
About 15 to 18 feet away from the tracks, within the right of way. And we'll pour it and it'll connect onto the sidewalk, so it will be continuous sidewalk through there, it will also be signalized crossings for people.
What's currently happening is because the sidewalk ends at entrance to the old laundromat. People will walk down the sidewalk, and then because the new rail is concrete, they'll actually hop onto the rail and walk down the rail to the sidewalk. Opposite.
It's a bad.
Trying to get-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very long crossing because of how the angle.
Second longest north there.
Yeah, something like that, and it's a dangerous one. I personally, I had a personal experience many years ago. I got cut out in the middle. I came off at the Lord. This is when I was a young man and everything came down.
Not young.
And, yeah, I tried to get out of there. When all the cars come, so I'm sure someone in this room besides myself probably had it happen. You lived in Placer for a while and maybe, married you, so unfortunately, there's gonna be some angry people on the Lord Street. Particularly at the apartment complexes, but it's gonna, they're gonna have to be inconvenienced to go out the other way, but it's a good safety feature.
They can look at the court order.
Yeah, and that was quite a surprise to us, like, oh yeah, by the way, here you go, guys. Any other questions about any of the projects?
Hydrant replacement.
Hydrant replacement, so we finally got the one done on Monty Street. And we do have one that we want to do down here, I believe on Miller Street. And replace there, and there's a handful of other ones throughout the city.
Is it just age that sets that time?
It's part, so we have 3 primary hydrants that we utilize in the city. We use 2 by the Cloud Company, with the newest one is called Cloud Medallion. And Cloud Eddies, those are, we have parts for them, the older style hydrants, the parts just not available.
Oh,
So it's sort of scavenging, yeah. You know, we are in the midst of our hydrant flushing program. This is the time of year where not only for water quality purposes, but for operations purposes. We go through, we flush our hydrants, make sure everything works. If one is not functional, we take it out of service and some guys go out and work on them. There's also the annual service, which we do, I think Andrew's talked about in the past, and they have about 50 a year that we tear down completely. And service, so this is just a normal thing. You should probably be replacing the neighborhood of 5 hydrants a year. To avoid correctly.
I saw that you guys trimmed the brush back along my street.
Yeah, and there's more to come, but I have to put the different head on the excavator and try to get back in that corner.
Yeah,
But I can
it's
reach
really
out.
bad because like it starts overrunning, you've got cars
Yeah.
coming around that bend, can't see the pedestrians that
Yeah.
walk there. It's really the only way they can walk. So, yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, well, same thing with the bike pass, we'll end up trying to get those, Terry Gordon in particular, I have a large mower that goes on an excavator. And probably the fall of the year, again, we'll knock it all down, you'll get some complaints, people say it looked ugly, but it grows back, it's just the nature of it. Anything else?
I have 2 things. So, first of all, Ridgewood, what happened?
Ridgewood, what happened? So-
The water line, what happened there? They're on a boil water order because of.
Oh, we had to do so there, I believe it was Mr. Talaski's house and they had to replace a shut off.
Okay,
That's it, and so we had to shut the water down, do it. So when you go below 20 PSI in the main, that's why they have it.
okay, so it's not like, they'll probably get it back.
It's a maintenance item that sometimes if you get a shut off to a house, it doesn't work. Then we have to dig on it and we cannot do it live. Then we have to shut the main off, and if the pressure in the main goes below 20 PSI, that's it should pour water.
Okay, so it's very possible that they'll be able to use their water before
24 hours,
Tuesday.
yeah, after-
Okay, cause like I know they're gonna be testing, I think tomorrow, and then I was told it might not be until Tuesday because of the second test. Cause we're on the week.
It's possible, that's normal, again, for those who aren't familiar with it, we'll have in the neighborhood of 8 to 15 water main breaks this year. Okay, that's
Okay.
just the way it is, and
Alright,
it's normal protocol. We have to do it. We've had 2 on Miller Street, fortunately for us, we were able to fix those in slides. You probably see us right now, which I have to patch.
yeah, you guys are good, get it done, okay, so my second question is something maybe you can answer, does DPW have anything to do with, maybe moving any of the memorial benches over at, the Samuel de Champlain Monument Park there, like, for like maintenance or something? Cause I was told that one of the memorial benches that had been purchased might not be there at the present time.
If it was, yeah, so it's very possible that if it was one that has degraded to a point where it's no longer repairable, yeah, we might have removed it and it's back in our yard. And it has a placard on it, if someone's looking for it, for sure, but a lot of
Okay.
times these donated items, and actually Beth and I have been dealing with a sign. That we were trying to track down at Champlain Monument, people steal, people take them.
Okay.
All those things, but yeah, it's very possible that if there was eventually moved, it was just because of that, it's degraded to a point we can't fix it.
Okay, could I get an update on, the Jackie Archer bench, if you might know if
I have
that's,
no clue who Jackie Archer is. or-
well, it was one of the plaques, yeah, so.
So you're looking for a Jackie Archer?
Yeah, what happened to that bench?
Okay,
If,
let me see if I can
maybe
find
if it got moved, or if it degraded, like, just the person who, was involved with the purchasing of the bench wants to know, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's it, that's all the questions I have.
Yes.
the bench to donation to Iowa.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, okay.
Sometimes it's as simple as a placard too. We had a situation where there was one that people, because of the slow brass plaques that are riveted on, would get someone that, vandal or something playing
Yeah.
around these, so it's that. So, I'll look for
Hopefully that's not the case.
Thanks.
Chief Trombley, I just have one question about, 7.196. The housing authority contract. Now I hate it when you call me man.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is that? Who is the officer that's over there?
Logan Barrett. With the officer assigned.
Logan Barrett?
Yep, she's been the housing officer for about a year. It's. An assignment, but yet it doesn't take her off a shift. So she does do 8-hour days, so her shift is augmented, not the normal calls. She does help with call volume when needed. She works with housing to the background checks for residents. And then anything that is substantial, that is a heated type of incident or call, she will then grab onto and make sure that she sees that and nurtures that for a time frame. So instead of having an officer who works Monday, Tuesday, and then comes back for Friday, it's given to the housing officer so they can work that through the week
Oh, okay.
and keep continuity with it.
And she's been in there how long?
Right.
Year? I met, detective, that used to be over there.
Right.
Roddy.
Shane Pride.
Yeah, I met him and I had met him before. Somehow because of the housing and I just met him again and it kind of, I thought he was still there and he's like, no.
So he was promoted to detective, which created that spot. It's predominantly a uniform officer that helps with that.
Yeah.
Is this the standard contract then from year to year that they're just renewing it, so there's no surprises?
That's correct. There's no changes and the other, there's some changes in the other, but there's no changes in.
May as well explain these changes.
Sure. I was waiting for a question.
So, I'm just gonna, I'll cut to the chase.
So the youth safety advocate agreement with the Plattsburgh district, the 3 changes that have been made this year is one, we're asking instead of an annual contract, be a 3-year contract. The second change is instead of 2 youth safety advocates, we're looking for 3. The school has allowed that within their budget. They've agreed. We'd like to complement that. So 1 youth safety advocate is assigned to all 3 elementary buildings. They float around to all 3 buildings. The second was working from the high school, then with junior high. We'd like to have a assignment specifically for the high school and then specifically for the junior high, which is why the third was passed and created and it's put into this contract.
We currently only have,
We currently have 1. We just lost, he resigned, had to go on a job for family reasons, but we just lost him a week and a half ago. We were within process hiring a second, and then we have some prospect on a third.
Are these, here's a question. Thanks. Are these like full-fledged police officers? And are they there the whole school day?
Yes, to the second question. The first question is they're hired through the Plattsburgh State, but through the police department. They're actually peace officers.
Peace officers. So what's the difference?
Yep, so basically the police procedure law defines a peace officer and police officer, and it's really just what you can do to effect an arrest. It's kind of like we've all heard a citizen's arrest.
Mhm.
There's certain things that a citizen can do, certain things that a police officer can do, and a certain thing that a police officer. So it's just really how you can effect an arrest. What level of crime you could witness to effect that. Our program, Youth Safety Advocate, otherwise known as an SRO, anywhere else, we created that term. Because we believe that not only having an officer, right, in school is important, but it's really about mentorship that the officer gives. So they really do stand more as an advocate than an officer. Any crimes that occur in the school are handled by a uniformed officer or higher. A youth safety advocate will not do that. If something is occurring that needs immediate attention, they will utilize what they can. So say there's a fight and a fight needs to be broken up. They will engage to break it up so someone doesn't continue to get hurt. but their primary job is to be a liaison between the school and the police department and really be there for the kids to mentor, guide, and try to show some positivity with the youth. They are not uniformed. They do have a uniform, but they're not
Right.
police.
That's what I was gonna ask you to explain the way they're retired.
Yep, the other difference is that they're not carrying, they are carrying a sidearm. But.
They have a
are-
weapon, you're saying?
they're in polos, they're in vests, they're in sneakers, they're in dress pants. It's really trying to mitigate that shock and awe of a police officer in school, but yet still be there for the kids.
So what is their training? You said they do like mediation. Are they trained in that? I'm just curious what their level of training is for
Good
everything.
question. The answer is, we're actually working on it currently. So the two youth safety advocates that we have had are retired from the Plattsburgh Police Department. Training thoroughly,
So they're retired officers,
correct.
the previous ones?
The one that we're looking at now is actually a retired corrections officer. The strength of this, the program is the training that we provide our officers. So I've had many conversations with Superintendent Jay LeBrun. We are creating a program which I will provide to him, de-escalation, juvenile law, building security, and those types of platforms. It's really not a police officer in them. They are there for safety.
Okay, so for people that have a background in policing or corrections, they'd have that training, but aside from that, there's a program that you're creating, you said?
Specifically for you said, yeah, that's the
And
one.
Could we see that?
Doesn't quite exist, but I would show you if I had it.
Okay,
I'm building it now. This conversation started at the end of the last school year. So we are actually building it now in partnership with the Plattsburgh State School District.
okay. And is the proposal that the new advocates wouldn't start until the training was like completed and approved and everything, or what's the timeline for how that would work?
Yep, so some of the components of the program do exist.
Mhm.
I'll use de-escalation as an example. So de-escalation is a 8-hour block. They would receive that training prior to entering the school. Taking the position. The other things are still within, kind of, this is a context form, but the Plattsburgh City School District has a tremendous amount of rules beyond what I know. So we have to work together to make sure that they're following their rules inside and they're following our rules outside. Again, they're a liaison that come between the two. So they're kind of like a hybrid.
Okay, and just considering they have a firearm, to me, that's something to be extra aware of. Are they are they out in the hallways? Do they have like a separate space to be in? Like, where are they located in the school?
They do have their own special space. They have an
Okay.
office designated by the school. The sidearm they're not walking to kind of like, they have a vest, they've got covered it.
Mhm.
Can't tell that I'm carrying no matter what I am. So it's not this overt display of the weapon. It is there for the extreme incidents that we could all imagine, and we don't need to talk about. If you'd like to, I will.
Mhm.
That's why that's there.
And are they trained in emergency response? Is that a part of the training that you're crafting, or how does that fit in?
Yes, it's part of what we're crafting, because if we don't use, it came to a conversation about the third. So if we hire someone else that isn't a retired police officer from the Plattsburgh Police Department,
Uh-huh,
who immediately knows us and immediately knows every school building, just to make sure that they're doing their job. If we hire somebody else, they need to be trained and have knowledge. That's where this all comes from. So if we hire somebody else, which we're in process now, we want to make sure that they know all those things.
There was some pushback when this first came around.
There was.
There were a lot of concerned parents that stood before the council, and there was some pushback. But I mean, I haven't had kids in school for a long time. And would I have felt comfortable way back if there was someone there? Yes. It's just an, especially right now, it's
Mhm.
just an added layer of security.
Just as a personal side, I've had my kids go through the Plattsburgh State School District. From kindergarten all the way up to high school. And I can say from from what I've seen. The officer is nothing but a bonus for the kids.
Yep.
The tenor that they set is one of not collegiality, but I would say they view them almost like a buddy.
Okay,
And to me, that was very heartening to see that.
yeah,
The interaction that the officer had with the kids, it was nice to see. Yeah, that's nice.
okay, that's helpful.
I mean, it's just my opinion, but with everything, I mean, the kids know, they
Yeah.
hear, they watch the news, they know what's going on. I don't know, but I think my kids would have been appreciative to
Mhm.
have the added amount
Security.
of security
Yeah.
with everything going on these days.
The PTA was very much in support of it, so.
So it's three FTEs, right? So it's three FTEs, so where is the budget ratio? Is it all coming from the school or is it's all coming
It's
from the
being
school?
reimbursed by the district,
Okay.
Okay,
every bit,
And
or even cover their full, with their uniform.
great.
Which schools did you say they would be in?
Yep, so. Again, we lost one,
Okay,
but previously. We had two assigned, one assigned to the high school and junior high. And one assigned to the 3 elementary buildings.
oh, that, and they would go between,
All around throughout the-
okay,
And school day, really. So ideally, we'd like to have one assigned to the high school and one assigned to the junior high.
okay.
I think that's,
And what do you see as the benefits of increasing the contract to 3 years instead of 1?
Just stability,
Mhm.
just stability. Every year, the YSAs who are retired. Always have concern and it always seems to be on the eve that we kind of get this presented and through. It's just stability.
Yeah.
The third piece that's being changed is verbiage regarding pay.
Okay,
So currently, because a retiree can only make $35,000 within their retirement.
Mhm.
There's a bill on the floor, it has been there for about 2 years to up that from 35 to 50. It's stalled in committee right now, but if we go with 3-year contract. That it'll be locked in, so that verbiage is placed in there if the bill passes, and the school is in favor of, giving the raises.
okay,
And that's why it's.
okay, thank you.
I'm good.
Update on e-bikes.
E-bikes.
Yeah.
I got a little distracted, school's in session, so there really isn't a true update, other than we do have that training coming on the 24th of September regionally. About the e-bike training here for.
24th of September. Yes,
Have you noticed any movement from the state to deal with this issue as a state, or is it just still
There's-
municipality?
There's bills in both
Billy Jones
houses.
called me and told me to get somebody up there to give somebody a ticket. Time out, so.
They're all.
So
and
give
they're
us
not
some
meeting
tools.
again until January, till next year. That's kind of why all this is stalling. There is real movement, there's conversation, we're all seeing this build a little bit, technology's moving much faster.
It's bound to, I mean, something's bound to happen. State's gonna have to.
There are a lot of laws there that do apply, and it's just the matter of how do you enforce it. Some of these, how do you know how fast that bike goes? Because if it goes certain amount of miles an hour, it's not legal.
Outside of that class, yeah.
Right, it's not legal. So I mean, how does a patrolman police officer know how fast that is?
We're trained to,
Gone.
we're trained to
horrible.
visually estimate speed, so.
No, but when I'm saying, you don't know how fast it's capable of, right?
That is true, you don't know how fast its
Right.
potential is.
Right. Yeah, that's the downfall. It's tough. I've looked at way too many of these things. I've been through with NICOM, the other cities across the.
Oh, that's the same
This state,
discussion.
yeah, it's the same discussion. I've had some really good discussions with some of the other cities too, so. It's NICOM's been a great resource for that stuff.
There's also an influx because we have residents, right? An influx of residents in our city. SUNY's back off campus housing. Sometimes they're not from our area, so their patterns or traffic behavior is different. So we're obviously looking at that as well, and influx of bikes as well. I myself personally have been out with the captain, knocking on doors, doing porch talks, educating our newly arrival of the off-campus housing residents, students. Making sure that they understand our ordinances, they understand the rules, picking up their messes and being good residents and big partners with us. It's received very well. And another point is the school district, our district is, first day was today. Zones are zones.
Yeah.
Influx of kids are walking to school, riding bikes to school, so we're making sure our officers are out there, being vigilant and doing that too. And the turn lane is being worked on, so.
I will say one thing.
Yes.
Last year, I talked to you about the motorcycles coming from Underwood up through, tearing up my street. I had so many of my constituents complaining about that. For months, I've not heard. So thank you.
Yes, so what we
Thank
did is I asked our patrols to actually do patrols and identify where these quads and UTVs were, and then knock on their door.
I've gotten several. Thank you. So I said
We
to call
went to
you.
that.
I said, call
We went to
him.
that.
Yeah, I didn't do it. He did it. So thank you.
Got one more thing. So I went for a little walk behind the DNH, crossed over and didn't take me long before I saw a few needles and strewn clothes and all kinds of obvious encampments, I'll call them, and some open fires. I was a little concerned about the open fires.
Where
A
was
few
it?
black on the other side, in behind the water treatment plant and the
We just walked it.
yeah.
And I just walked.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It
We
was a
did
little,
break up. How many encampments, Mike? 4?
yeah.
At least.
At least,
Yeah,
yeah.
last week was 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my supervisors that part of the week.
Approximately well over 200 units.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're patrolling, because I mean, open fires and the way how dry things have been, it's like,
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have not gotten that report that they found that
They came back
here.
and reduced
The
it.
last one I saw was behind
housing.
Yendos. In Skyway Plaza, there was
Oh, yes.
There was a gentleman that was trying to live in the edge of the woods and lit up fire.
Wow.
So that was addressed. Once we see it, we address it. We have been moving this specific area a lot more. Only because personally, we have been addressing it. And we have a festival coming up, and as you all know, this is a wonderful family. Event, so we want to make sure the kids are
Safe.
are secure.
I mean, these are 4 encampments. You broke them up, but they're just gonna relocate.
That's what I was gonna
That was a
say.
Band-Aid.
Where do the
No.
people,
I mean, we
They're
need,
all offered an opportunity. We
oh, well,
tell
I
each
agree.
one of them the
I know.
information they need to get what they need.
like
to do.
shelters
And
and
that's
stuff?
Can't make them do it.
No, and you can't, and,
Can't.
and that's an unfortunate thing, but we need to realize that all this is doing is they're just being forced to find someplace else, and they will find someplace else.
So frequency is necessary.
Mm.
If we just talk to a person once, it might not go in. But if we talk to them, and I can personally speak to my own personal experience last year, tremendous amount of work. It takes effort, it's frustrating,
Mhm.
but you do have successes. It's not 100%.
No.
There are tremendous amount of things coming online right now to help with this. The stabilization center is gonna be online here in days. We're all very excited about it. It should help relieve some of this heartache on these people that need them. And also the resources that they take.
What stabilization center or
Yep, it's,
what's that?
where is it?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be attached to MHAB.
Attached to what?
MHAB, so it's on Arizona,
The warming?
sorry, Dorm Drive,
The warming
That's the DPW.
same area, same area.
So, okay.
Yep. Champlain Valley Payment Services. Has worked with a tremendous amount of time, put a tremendous amount of time in this. It's coming online in a week or so.
Oh, cool.
It's a 23-hour and 59-minute facility, so it's
Mm.
voluntary. It's not long-term, it's short term, but it gives them access to shelter, gives them access to food, gives them access to counselors,
Doctors.
play a place,
That's amazing.
all of it. It should be,
Are they still getting to the warming center to an additional to that?
it's in, I think it's still in process. I think the funding.
They haven't found a building. We've been the hold up on that.
I think there's a group cleaning up that area to like prepare it for the opening soon this week and, oh, very good.
I think a show up cleanup is called something like that.
I believe so, I believe so. I just had one thing, going back to that discussion we had regarding, like, the needles, and just, we could put receptacles like absolutely everywhere, and you're still gonna find needles on the ground, because like, if somebody's using, are they really going to be of cognizant mind to, you know, just like, oh, hey, I'm not gonna toss this on the ground, I'm gonna put it in the bucket. Probably is either gonna stay in their arm or just drop to the ground, so
So
that's, yeah.
there are people who use it. So the highest, we have 2 kiosks that are of high volume. One is on the other side of the footbridge,
Mhm.
on the east side of the river, and the other one's at Wilcox Stock down on Cumberland Avenue. They get used.
It's good.
Everybody does it.
That's good.
We obviously partner with Alliance for Positive Health.
Mhm.
We have talked over these last few weeks. And we're making sure that we're going to, as we go through, identify these areas for, you know, just recording them. To see where these high volumes are and how we can mitigate it. There was also a conversation about, you know, further planning and actually walking as a team. So if we have a social worker, cop, somebody in recovery, and we're all walking together, it speaks very loudly about recovery. Like, it can be done. You're not looked at in any negative way, and you can just stand up, get well, we're here together. I think it's a very strong message, so we're gonna try to do that.
Okay, and since there's gonna be a meeting regarding Sailors Beach next week, is there still a problem there with like needles and stuff, or is that one of the problematic?
We're not seeing a lot over there.
Okay,
So Sailors Beach is the,
It's pretty out of the way.
yeah.
I mean,
it's-
it was a pretty hard partying spot for a while.
It was, before the gray hair, I remember it.
Mhm.
There, it used to get frequented, it's not so much anymore. You
Okay,
see people walk dogs. Sometimes you have somebody that likes to form a campsite over there because it is so excluded or beautiful. It is beautiful.
And it's pretty down there, yeah.
We're not seeing a lot of needles. Same thing with the Marine Drive. We're not
Okay.
seeing tremendous amount of needles over on that side of the city.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing for Amy?
I have a question about the revolving loans. So,
Let's hold off.
yep,
Yeah, I'm gonna, with that, I'm gonna request a brief executives discussion or executive session to discuss regarding proposed pending and current litigation and financial. Matter. Julie. Amy. Roll call.
Counselor Blunt.
Yes.
Counselor Evans.
yes.
Counselor Strack.
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Net.
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes.
Give it back.
Oh, wait.
Wait, I'm in the wrong chair.
Surprise.
Move before you got there. No.
Sometimes I have to count the microphones. So
Was, and it was.
all right, signing stuff.
We got the bosses here, I see.
You got any stuff to sign in?
Okay, starting school again? Yeah. Back.
Great to do it. Oh, wow, you guys gonna be driving soon. Did you ask for the drive to the keys yet or no? No.
Driving the lawnmower? I don't either.
Yeah. When I was yours, I had to drive a tractor, a big tractor.
You got.
Yeah, I got it. My dad would say, turn the wheel more. So I turn it a little bit. He go, more. Oh. What is that?
I don't know.
She dumped you?
I've never seen that.
Oh, that's fun.
Nice. That's fun.
That's a long time ago, granted, but what that is, I don't.
Medical director here. Is it 82?
Richard's not in. Casey,
Yes.
can you come here for a minute?
Where?
All, like, all of it throughout the whole year.
And only pay them a certain percentage.
Yeah, so it is.
I will entertain a motion to return from executive session where we had a discussion and there were no decisions made. Counselor Bond, Counselor Evans, roll call.
Counselor Bond,
Yes.
Counselor Evans,
Yes.
Counselor Strack,
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Net,
Yes.
Counselor Collins.
Yes.
Call an end to the work session. Now I'll call the regular meeting council to order, please rise. In the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Scarlett, can you roll call, please?
Mayor Hughes,
Here.
Counselor Bond,
Here.
Counselor Evans,
Here.
Counselor Strack,
Here.
Counselor Talon.
Here.
Counselor Manette,
Here.
Counselor Colleen.
Here.
Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of the Common Council held on August 21st, 2025 are approved and placed on file among the public records of the city clerk's office.
Moved by Counselor Evans, second. Counselor Strack. Roll call.
Counselor Bond,
Yes.
Counselor Evans,
Yes.
Counselor Strack,
Yes.
Counselor Talon.
Yes.
Counselor Manette,
Yes.
Counselor Colleen.
Yes.
Carried.
Anyone here this evening like to provide any public comment?
That's when I come up.
Yes, please, just identify yourself.
Should I hand out?
Sure.
Take one. Choose two copies. So my name is Jason King. I'm here with my family, Kylie, Kip, and Lyle. We live at 12 Kelvin in Plattsburgh. We're here tonight to seek the addition of a crosswalk or some other pedestrian and cyclist friendly solution for the intersection of Jerry Drive and Beekman Street. So we live in that neighborhood and we pass through that intersection a lot, and I think it's potentially underappreciated and overlooked critical intersection in the city of Plattsburgh. So there's over 20 families plus 40 plus children under the age of 18 who live in the neighborhood immediately to the west of that intersection. We have broad support from our neighbors in that community. My family, my kids, a lot of the kids use that intersection for going to and from school, to and from playgrounds. And over the years that we've lived in the neighborhood, we found that it's a pretty confusing intersection, frankly. There's, the intersection is frequented by lots of traffic, especially in the morning hours during drop off. It's a major thoroughfare for the SUNY college employees and CDPH employees. And so, we think that there could be some improvements made, timing of the intersection of the lights, crosswalk added. It serves the ARC, recently built a new facility there a few years ago, and so the shuttle's frequent there. The residents are out walking often. There's also the Plattsburgh United Methodist Church that's across the street that hosts the JCEO Head Start Early Education program. Many families walk from inside of Fourth Ward out to the JCEO program there. Mirons is located there. There's often events at Mirons. The parking ends up making the intersection kind of hard to see and navigate. And on the back side of the first page is the map if you're not familiar with the intersection. The Plattsburgh United Methodist Church hosts the regional food bank there. So there's many days out of the week, there's extra traffic coming to and from the food bank. I think that the other thing I'd say is that the timing of the light right now is extremely short to know when to go. There's no crosswalk, so pedestrians and drivers have to make a judgment call. And we'd love to make that area a little bit more walk friendly, commuter friendly. It's also the emergency school evacuation route. So we have support from the superintendent of the Plattsburgh City Schools and the former principal for, as they know that intersection serves a lot of their students and is on the emergency evacuation route, being 0.25 miles from Glasgow and 0.7 miles from Oak Street. So we really hope the Common Council will consider this in the planning. And boys, do you have anything to add about that intersection? Nope. Okay. They would like it to.
They're a yes vote. They're a yes vote.
Awesome.
Okay.
No.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Okay, it's all right.
Anyone else? No?
Hello, Jonathan Chiarella, 22 Cornelia Street. Some of you may know me as somebody who always talks about how it's good to have pedestrian or infrastructure for people who may not drive, because when you get very old, very young, or you're blind, or you don't have the money for a custom minivan and you're used to wheelchair, it's not always feasible. I would say on that topic, I've been to that intersection in particular, but I think that something that could help even out here, just at regular points, is having roundabouts. Because if people see them from far away, they have to slow down. They don't, they'll hit something. They should be inconvenient. That's the point. And I would say that actually Gainesville, Florida, where I used to live, and I hate to praise it, but they did a good thing. A lot of the residential neighborhoods, like where you're talking over, they would have roundabouts that would just be every few blocks, and it would just be enough to slow people down so they don't rev up and they start keep going to fit. It makes it impossible for anybody to keep going too fast. So that's always something I'm a big fan of. I used to be against roundabouts, and I saw, oh, yeah, they're supposed to be convenient. They have lots of good features. But I was thinking earlier about something that Counselor Talon had said about the deposit sites for Saint Paraphernalia. I I think it's good to check that they're being used. I would think that it's not bad at all if there's more the merrier. Because I have a young niece and nephew, and if they visited me here, the sites where there are needles, I'd be like, the you know, deposit box, I'd be like. You shouldn't hang around there like late at night. But if it's kind of everywhere, it removes that kind of fear I have. And I know it's not an irrational fear, but it's something that I feel, and it was like, oh, they're just everywhere, it's just part of the thing. I'm not saying we get away from zero harm. I'm just saying that the more deposit bins, the better, because then it doesn't create an image that might make people a little wary about going by the foot bridge, because I do notice that people won't really hang out if you know, they're not doing something like that. But other than that, I liked what I heard earlier in the work session about continuous sidewalks. I have a friend who uses a wheelchair, and I was thinking about what intersections, what crosswalks, what sidewalks are difficult. It's like I'd be kind of like, you know, if she visited, it's like, I can step off the curb, but everybody can in certain places. So that was cool. And with the some of policing talk, the stability, I really loved to hear that stability, and I think that can have a good effect. It can create deterrence, so it's not only just interaction like, who are you? You don't even live here, and you only interact when there's something bad. But that stability, I think that's good. So on to those are great words. But thanks for your time, and thank you for presenting. Like, we need more sidewalks and safety. Thank you for your time.
It's funny, we have a new planner tonight, hopefully. We may have a new planner on board later, so. Ms. Carlin?
Council approved payroll of various funds of the city of Plattsburgh for the week ending August 27, 2025, in the amount of $5,041.65, and September 3rd, 2025, in the amount of $639,777.10. Council approved the bill allotted by the common council for the week ending August 29th, 2025, in the amount of $1,499,841.37, and September 5th, 2025, in the amount of $402,419.68.
Any liaison reports?
I've got something, a few things, items for the library. The library is collaborating with the Student Center for the Arts to hold a screening for the PBS documentary Free for All, public library. So it's a 2025 documentary film that examines the history of public libraries in the United States and the contemporary challenges they face. They've got a tentative date, I guess, of November 22nd. For personnel, we have Anya Bouchard at CEFLS and Ben Carmen have continued to work on establishing a social worker presence in the library and member libraries as well, which is a positive thing. Francesca Locorini, wonderful name. A SUNY Plattsburgh, it's very melodious. SUNY Plattsburgh graduate student in social work will be with the library this fall through next spring, primarily evenings and weekends to assist patrons in need of social services and to help develop resources for the library and patrons and member library staff patrons. And finally, our August speaker series. This is something that I thought was really neat. William Miner and his North Country Legacy with Amy Bedard, library director at the Miner Institute, brought the largest crowd so far to the library with over 60 attendees. It was a wonderful presentation with great discussion following. Next month will mark 1 year of our successful speaker events. Yeah, and that's it. So some good stuff happening.
Mayor, if you don't mind, I just want, can I ask him a question now? Is that okay?
I don't see any.
How did your sidewalk thing? Your sidewalk sale? Yes. Yeah, I was at the corner there, director traffic.
You got a nice little.
Yeah, people were stopping. I mean, they were crossing the street, especially.
Yeah, it's purposeful from breaker, so, yeah, we had to have a sign. Yeah.
Awesome, good.
Positive stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Any climate task force, climate smart task force updates?
I believe that the task force will probably be representing at the Melissa Penfield Parks Come Alive event on September 18th. And our next meeting is supposed to be October 15th, 5 o'clock at the library.
Gonna be at the Battle Plattsburgh too.
Huh? I don't believe we're representing there, but I'm sure you'll see some of us around in other capacities.
Okay. No other liaisons? Okay.
Item 7.196, authorize Plattsburgh Housing Authority contract supplemental police services.
Moved by Counselor Evans, second, Counselor Bond. Roll call. Oh, any discussion? I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, which, was this for the peace officers?
This is the Plattsburgh Housing Authority.
This is the housing authority.
Okay.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
Yes.
Counselor Strack?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Colleen?
Yes.
Carried. Item 7.197, authorized contract for police safety advocate, PCSC.
Moved by Counselor Bond, second, Counselor Manette. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Okay.
When would it be put into action?
This contract takes effect, I believe, right now, right? Immediately,
Like-
because the school year just started.
I mean, when would the additional peace officers be implemented?
That's,
Yes, we're in process now, so we're going through the hiring process, we're doing the background investigation, one pushing. The program will not be done in its entirety, that is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. The critical elements are going to be taught before the person is assigned to the school.
Mhm.
Like, again, they're gonna go through the district. Superintendent, to make sure that he gets a say, essentially interview. There's some onboarding that has to occur, whether or not onboarding is something that's not, so we already have. And the goal that we actually implement in our app.
And is there a way for us to approve that person? Or is it just,
that's the chief's job.
okay, so it's just through the,
It is within, and I made sure that. That everybody was on the well safety. We are going to work in partnership.
Mhm.
They are going to be in the school. They're gonna be working on the heat farm, and again, that liaison, they're working with us, with them. To make sure that we're on. We are changing some of what the officer that we did lose,
Mhm.
the YSA we did lose. Had a very intimate knowledge. She was a juvenile officer with us for years. It is a loss. So some of that burden will be taken on by our administration, myself. We will be the schools as he did. He did much more than was asking to do, only because he had such a continuity with the school. So some of that will be shifted to us as it should.
thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
Yes.
Counselor Strack?
I think so.
Yes,
Or no?
yes.
Or an abstention, but you have to have a reason for an abstention.
What does an extension mean?
Extension.
Abstain. You have to
Oh.
abstain for.
If you had a personal reason, you could
If
do
you
it.
have
You
a
do
conflict.
something. A conflict, right?
Hmm. Is there like a way to get an extension? And.
No,
research?
not.
You could ask
Now
the
we're
table, like-
voting on the resolution. So, I mean, if you do a yes or no.
You can make a motion, they could make a motion to table it.
At this point,
Right.
once
we're
the
in
vote
middle of
started?
voting. Yeah, we're in the middle of.
I
voting,
mean,
but
you
I
could
have
make a
to-
motion to table it.
What happens then?
Then you'd have to get a second. And then the council would have to be in favor of that,
You'd have to have a majority.
the majority of the council.
Would have to agree to table it?
Right,
But I don't know, though, like the name said, if we're in the middle of voting, I don't.
we're in the middle of the vote, so I'm not sure if that's, well. Can't table in the middle, so.
Oh, yes or no, or an abstention for.
I don't know how it works, really. If I'm unsure, what do I say?
No.
No.
Say no.
Okay, No.
No. Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Colleen?
Yes.
It's carried.
Motion carried.
Item 7.198, the common council approves the public hearing to be scheduled on September 18th, 2025 at 5:30 P.M. at 41 City Hall Place in the common council chambers for the purpose of hearing public comments on the city of Plattsburgh's community development needs and to discuss the possible submission of one or more community development block grant CDBG applications for the 2025 program year.
Moved by,
We have a quick discussion.
on this,
You have to do
we'll
first and second.
do the first and second, and then I'll do the discussion if you don't mind, Jim.
Okay,
Okay?
Yep.
Moved by Counselor Manette, second Counselor Bond. Discussion.
so the question is that the same night as the Penfield
Yeah.
Park?
During a council meeting there, right?
Yes.
It is, it's the
before
standard
meeting.
council meeting.
It's a regular
All
council.
right,
meeting.
that's fine. I just wanted to clarify that.
The
Good
reason-
point. I didn't even know that.
So we had applied for a CDBG grant. And when Courtney had posted it in the paper, she posted it for 7 days. CDBG requires that you post it for 8 days in the paper. So they got back to us and said we have a certain timetable to repost it, redo the public hearing, and then they'll accept our application. So we're just redoing the process that was already done once. Well, we're gonna post it in the paper for 10 days. Just to make sure.
All right.
But really, this is all just.
So it's too late to change the dates then, so we're,
Nobody spoke.
Correct, because it
Okay.
has already
Yeah,
been
we've got
advertised.
a history of public
Okay.
hearings.
okay,
There's no public comment.
sounds good.
Yeah, this is deja vu, because it's the same one.
I know, right?
Yeah, so it looked familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, we already did this.
It looks familiar, it is.
So any other discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
Yes,
Counselor Strack?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Dr. Colleen?
Yes.
Carried. Item 7.199, authorize the Director of Community Development to accept and expend grant funds from the Northern Borders Regional Commission and BRC.
Moved by Counselor Colleen, second Counselor Bond. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
yes,
Counselor Strack?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Colleen?
Yes.
Carried. Item 7.200, mayoral appointment, planning technician.
Moved by Counselor Talon, second Counselor Evans.
Don't you think we should like introduce it
Discussion.
during the discussion?
Oh, we don't have a discussion
No.
on this one, I'm sorry. Yeah, better vote first.
Okay.
Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
yes,
Counselor Strack?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Colleen?
Yes.
Carried.
Congratulations. I'm excited. I thank you.
Item 7.201, approved loan application 25-01, Kelly Porter DBA Dugan.
Moved by Counselor Evans, second Counselor Bond. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Bond?
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
yes,
Counselor Strack?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
No.
Counselor Colleen?
Yes.
Carried.
Very good. Any other new business to come before this council?
I'd like to see us change the signing, maybe to the 4:30 workstation, session instead of during the 5:30 common council meeting.
We have here.
That's
I mean,
probably just a thing.
No, I know.
today.
Yeah. Anything else? No further action come before the council. We already did our executive session. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Councilor Manette, second Councilor Talon. Roll call.
Yes.
Counselor Evans?
Yes.
Counselor Strack?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor Manette?
Yes.
Counselor Colleen?
Yes.
Thank you.
That was easy.
Yeah.
It's like touching over.
That's all right, but, one of my friends, he was ETA and talking